Hey guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another live stream. You guys have been patiently waiting, I see. Very, very sorry to keep you waiting. Also, sorry that I am still air traffic control Ram, but until microphone situations are fixed, and I don't hate it. It's actually not that bad. At least not for me. Maybe looking at it is bad, but it's not bad for me. First of all, just verify that you guys can hear me okay. And what are you all wearing? And happy holidays. I just did my Christmas video. I was a little late, tardy today, but not dropping the Christmas video. I'm actually a little early for that. I was doing dishes and got caught up in the time. Forgot you guys sitting here. Can you all hear me? First of all, somebody give me a thumbs up that the mic is coming through. Air traffic control RAM is up and running. Give me a yes, I can hear you, Ramsey. You sound wonderful. What is everyone wearing today? All right, there's some thumbs up. All right, awesome. So today I am wearing, yes, Floris Leather Oud. And believe it or not, I am enjoying it. It's no Scuba Ram. That's right. It's no Scuba Ram. Not the old school days. Maybe I'll bring those back one day. But yes, Leather Oud is actually, it's not bad. It makes me want to check out some more Floris for what it is. I mean, you got to have your expectations tempered, but for what it is, it's not bad. So let's see what everyone's doing. The creation of Adam is the best the best fresco in Vatican. But I think Michelangelo would wear Furio. Hello, Ram, Dijon. So I figured this would be a cool stream where we just kick back, and I did promise my good friend Sultan Pasha. He's now a good friend since we spent some time chatting on the live stream. Go check that out if you have not had a chance to watch that. I would urge you to go watch the Sultan Pasha live stream. And I promised him that I would send him some stuff that he's never snipped, specifically in the vintage realm. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to decant some stuff live on stream for him. Let's see. I marked down what I was going to send him. Let's see if I can find it. So it was in the live stream. I marked them with an asterisk. Let me go to the lives. And good old, oh, now I'm watching myself. Don't want that. It was Sultan Pasha. There it is. Okay. So I promised him that I would send him there we go. Amouage Silver Crystal Man, Gentleman's Cologne, Bally Masculin, Trussardi Uomo, John Louis Trintignant, Lancetti Uomo, Perac pour Homme, Joint pour Homme, 12, Pierre Cardin's Enigma de Cardin, and Dunhill Blend 30. And I don't know if you guys remember, but on that stream that with Sultan Pasha, I was like, I have to buy, or maybe it was after, maybe it was the next stream, the 6,000 stream celebration that I did. I was like, I have to buy decants. Like, I don't have enough to decant all of these. And the great Amouage writes me and says, dude, don't buy decants. I've got millions of them. So look what shows up in the mail today from Amouage. A crap ton of decants for Sultan Pasha. So the great Amouage strikes again. We are going to do some decanting. And yes, this room is going to smell amazing because I sprayed a whole bunch of stuff for this Christmas video I just did, which I would urge you to check out. 10 still in production fragrances for Christmas and 10 discontinued fragrances for Christmas. So that was fun. Let's see what everyone's wearing. Sherwood Inexplicable. I have not smelled that one yet, Ajay. I'm holding off on the Sherwoods. I need to get moving on them. Mohammed, thank you for that tip yesterday from Bortnikoff. That was very cool. And I really, really liked Oud de Grand. Like, I want a bottle of it. Liked it. Really good stuff. I was a big fan of that. I wore it two days in a row to bed, and I really enjoyed it. Tabak Dore. I think that's better than Oud Balsam. I want a bottle of Tabak Dore as well. Ambra Roos. Solid. Solid, Antonio. Solid. What's up, Dushan? Ramathon. That's right. Let's go. It's the holidays. Ordered Antaeus today. Strong, mate. Very strong, Mr. Eaglewood. Jazz Club. I think I smelled that in Sephora, and I didn't care for it as much. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was kind of eh. But I never put it on skin or spent time with it. That was just on a strip. Nice alternative to fan your flames. Interesting. Crypto Soulmatic. Scent of the Night, Monsieur Couturier, Jean Couturier. Couturier. I need to get my pronunciations correct. Couturier. Couturier. Season's greetings. That's right. It is that time of the year. A December to remember. Vintage Karl Lagerfeld cologne. That is in my Christmas video, my friend. Hello, Andre. Thanks for being here. I have Lagerfeld cologne vintage with the metal cap. It is fantastic. Perfect for this time of year. Perfect for Christmas. That may be my Christmas Day scent. Hey, Margie, what's up? Hello, hello. I've been waiting to unbox a new perfume all day. What did you buy? What is it? What are you unboxing it on? You don't have a channel anymore? Margie will be my Friday scent today, noon. 30 plus sprays of Ottoman Empire 2. No, do it. Seriously. You only live once. 30 sprays. Go. Unbox it. I think 5 sprays may be a little much. Yeah, Ottoman Empire it's huge. I always feel like it needs to be an event. And Russian Adam does seriously potent stuff. Yes, he does. Could you imagine doing 30 sprays of a Russian Adam fragrance and then going out in public? My God. Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male Le Parfum. I think I have a decant of that somewhere. Sold out even before launch time. Yeah, it was crazy. Mike, sounds good. We can hear you. Good stuff. Thank you. No scuba ram. Gray flannel with the body wash deodorant and aftershave. Solid. That is very solid, Chief. I've got some body washes that I need to make sure I line up with my cologne wears. Like I've got a body wash of Polo Green. Oh, it's fantastic. And I have a Koros deodorant, just in case regular Koros wasn't enough. Hypnotizing Fire Parfum by the Harmonist. I've never smelled that, but I do have a decant or two of some Harmonist fragrances, so I'll talk about them one day. Vintage Pilot headphones. That's right. Breaker 19. We're going in for a landing. Evening Pat. Patchouli Noisette. I still need to smell that. What do you make of it? I like it. The tuberose, I think, can throw some people off in Cedre, but I like it. I'll review it one day. I heard you loved Homme. I hate it. Actually, I am not a fan of Homme, but I will review it. I'm going to suck it up just for you. But thank you for sending me that decant. Aramis 900, Scent of the Night, solid. Yes, the Great Amouage. The Great Amouage, there's no doubt. It's a completely different world. Someone reached out to me on Instagram. I forgot his name. But he was like, man, I've spent basically these last years collecting all of the Arige and the Ensars and all this stuff. And he's like, and those are their own world, but vintage is like an entirely different space. He's like, it's like going down a completely different path. And I was like, yep, if you're just starting, man, you are in for a treat, my friend. And there's so many fragrances. It just the wall of vintage perfume you run into is impossible to scale. I mean, it takes decades, maybe a lifetime to truly understand it. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. Justin, I don't think I ever have tried Electimus, Andre. Amouage is amazing. Yes, let's do some decanting. So what did I promise him? I promised him I just read it off and now I lost it again. Okay, here we go. Dunhill Blend 30. Here you are. We'll start with you. Some stuff that Sultan Pasha has never smelled before. Maybe this will inspire him. He did tell me on that live stream that he was so moved by this, which also made my Christmas video, by the way. Paco Rabanne La Nuit. The night that he made a fragrance to honor this. So he does really like vintage stuff. But when he told me some of these he had never smelled before, I was like, man, we have to correct this wrong. So let me get some of these Amouage atomizers ready. Okay. All right, so I'm probably going to need some like tape to make sure it doesn't leak too. And I'm going to need my handy dandy label printer. Okay, so I'm also going to need this and this. We are going to need some pipers, I think, pipettes and some funnels, because we are going to be decanting, friends. We are going to be decanting. Okay, so let's start with Dunhill Blend 30. Let's see what old Blend 30. Oh, I need to wear you soon, Blend 30. Oh, how I've missed you. The stopper they put on that. Industrial. I don't know if this is going to fit. Well, we'll see. Let's see if we can make this work. Ram the chemist. Since I'm sending these so far, we'll give him a good 5 mils. Make sure he's well stocked up. Precious Juice Dunhill Blend 30. Bottles go for crazy money. And it is really good, to be fair. This and the OG, oh my God, 1978, you know, magical year in perfumery. There are certain years that are just magical. 1978 is one such year. And the perfumer, Ron Winograd. I really think he made Lagerfeld Cologne, and he helped make Furio, if I recall. And he made Dunhill Blend 30. I mean, everything the guy touched was just... About 5 mils. Give him a little more. I'm feeling generous today. I'm feeling generous. A generous ram. Oh God, what a fragrance. This could be like a signature scent if you're into vintage masculine perfumery. All right, let me label these so I don't forget them. Dunhill Blend 30. The 250 mil splash. Ah, the good old days. All right, let's see. Dunhill. I'm going to have to put tape on these later. Dunhill Blend. I'll try to mail them out tomorrow. Blend 30. There we go. I'm excited to see what old Sultan Pasha thinks about these. I think for a guy that loves vintages, some of these will really move him. Have you all smelled Blend 30? Smelled a few? Shed Ghee, beautiful scent of the day. It's raining here too. Gucci Guilty Absolute the last 2 days, but I'm thinking Aramis 900, a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I'll definitely have to review some of those Bernard Chant one days. Their note pyramid looks great. Hope the quality is too. I'm not familiar with that house. Yeah, I'm sorry. Opium, it's cold here and I was craving spice. Opium. You guys are naming all the fragrances from my Christmas video. Literally, we've named like 3 or 4 already on this stream. Rachel is the best. Sahara Noir. Oh, I'm jealous, Kenzo. I want a bottle of Sahara Noir so bad. It is on the I can't find it list. One of the best labdanum heavy. I love the way Tom Ford did ambers back in the day with Sahara Noir, Amber Absolute, even Tobacco Oud has a little bit of that in there with the tobacco and the whiskey, but with that amber accord that Tom Ford came up with, just brilliant. If that's about vintage, then I am here for it. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Miss Veronica. I'm here for vintage as well. I'm a vintage ram. Ambrosia, what's it like? I can't wait to smell it. Percar reached out to me and he said that he would try to get me. He would try to get me some. It might be my comeback video. All right. Ambra Ocularia looked great. Wow, that's a cool name. You'll love Inexplicable, Musky Turnout, and Paradise. They are like masterpiece level for me. Really good house value for money. There's no doubt about it. I think SAR is my favorite so far. Here it is, Eigner number 2, but the vintage Eau de Cologne version. I got to see what mine is. I don't think mine is the Eau de Cologne. I think I have the... Yeah, no, I have the Eau de Toilette. The vintage Eau de Cologne version, Boogie. What are the differences, I wonder? This is really good stuff. I don't think this is new. I think this is discontinued, too. Etienne Eigner Cosmetics. Made in EEC. Is that the European Economic thing, EEC? Is that before the EU was founded? Does that mean this is a pretty old bottle? Made in the EEC. My bottle's still in transit. I've not tried Ombre Ocularia, but judging by the name, it sounds it does. Yeah, I like the name. You, Jonathan, and Rudy are my go-to vintage channel. Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Very kind of you. Vintage is where my heart's at. I always say to understand the future, you have to understand the past. Scent of the Night, Tom Ford Black Orchid. Which one? The Parfum or the vintage one, the older one? Saw somebody here that wore the same. Yes, it made my Christmas list video. So we're all connected. Eigner number 2. Yeah, the note listing on Eigner number 2 is really great. Good morning. I'll take a number 4 with cheese. Yes, please. Would you like fries with that? Have you ever smelled the body wash for Koros? My goodness. I don't think I have a body wash of Koros. I might. I'll have to check. I have a lot of body washes that I usually don't use because I always forget I have them. And then I just wear the fragrance and just use whatever body wash I've been using. But I need to make it a point to make sure I'm checking because I have body washes for all kind of stuff. I've got one for this Lalique Hommage à l'Homme, which I need to review one of these days. Lalique has some bangers that are really overlooked. This is a good sort of cleaner take on oud. Speaking of a good cleaner take on oud, did I mention I'm really digging this Florist Leather oud? The geranium in it softens it up, like gives it a little bit of like a vintage, a little bit like Rose and Queer, the way the geranium is used in there, but with an oud. I like it. And I heard originally that fragrance was supposed to be rose oud or rose oud queer. I can't, or something along those lines. I don't know which version or which way the words were supposed to be, but it was basically supposed to be a rose oud queer. And they dropped the oud and they just decided to go with rose and queer. Escada pour homme, my favorite Escada, my friend. It is great. La Nuit is such a great Chypre. Happy birthday to Eugene. Decanting Pro. Yeah, I might need some work. One down and like 10 to go. I should probably do these while we're chatting. Okay, so I told him I'd send him Pierre Cardin Enigma de Cardin, which is this one right here. Now this has a this is an interesting fragrance because this is supposed to be like a mask of a fencer. And I don't have the cap, but the cap like makes the rest of his head. This is like a fencing mask. I love the way they used to do bottles back in the day. And Enigma is kind of like a clove heavy sort of old school take on like a fougere, if memory serves. Enigma de Cardin. Let's see what the note listing is. 1992, discontinued, of course. Bergamot, coriander, lavender, lemon, orange, tarragon, carnation, cinnamon, fern, geranium, jasmine, rose, amber, benzoin, cedar, labdanum, musk, oak moss, patchouli, sandalwood, tonka bean, and vanilla. So I think if I remember, this is sort of like a woodier, spicier version of like an amber fougere, but very well done. Pierre Cardin had some absolutely amazing fragrances back in the day. Okay, so this one we are going to have to use the funnel. And we're going to have to spray, and it's going to get all over. We'll see how close I can get. Okay, there we go. Spray, 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 spray. Man, my hands are going to just smell like a mixture of everything today. I hope these arrive to Sultan Pasha safely. Is anyone familiar with Enigma de Cardin? Oh yeah, big spicy green, geranium heavy sort of take on a fougere. Very classic in style, almost like if you know that heavy clove note reminds me of. It reminds me of the way that Amouage did clove in their fougere. Bracken Man, Bracken Man. Bracken Man had a huge clove note. This reminds me of like a vintage version of Bracken Man. Very, very well done, though. Shockingly well done for a Pierre Cardin. Many of these Pierre Cardins, people just assume they were shit because they were cheap, but they're not. They're really good. I would say value for money on that is through the roof. If you can find some throwaway bottle, someone doesn't know what they have. Amazing. Okay, let me label this bad boy. Enigma. Okay. Enigma by Pierre Cardin. You know, there's something just about that fougere structure that makes me want to wear it in the warmer weather for some reason. I don't know. I crave fougeres in the summer, spring and summer. Just that structure. Okay, 2 down. I mean, for a guy like Sultan Pasha, he should smell as much as he can, especially as a creator. Like, I really think it would help him. I really think it would help him. I mean, I know he smells a lot. I know he's a big vintage fan. He told me he told me some of the. I mean, he's got stuff like Jeddi. He's got all kinds of stuff that I don't have. But some of these vintage masculines that I have access to, he should smell for sure. I am filling decant orders straight over the phone. Just call 1-800-RAM. Dushan. It's a nice size decant. Yeah, no, I'm gonna make him some. I'm gonna make him some fat decants here. The Sultan deserves it. A decant stream from an RV in your underwear. I used to buy Dunhill perfumes from my dad. Dunhill made fantastic stuff. So Blend 30 is probably my favorite Dunhill, but I will tell you that I got a vintage bottle of Dunhill for men from the one from 1934, the Cologne, the vintage Cologne version. The newer one is an eau de toilette, but the vintage Cologne version is something else. It's unbelievable, the quality. Oh, I mean, you can instantly tell it, and it doesn't even take an expert. Like, if you compare it to the new stuff versus the vintage stuff, it's through the roof, the quality you were getting. So, this in Dunhill Blend 30, I am just in love with. It's a shame. It's a shame that I think both are now discontinued. So someone sent me a decant of Green Valley, and I lost it. I have no clue where it is. It has to be here. I just cannot find it. I've been looking for my Green Valley decant forever. I think it was Fragrance Enjoyer who sent me some Green Valley, and I don't know where it is. It's here. It's here somewhere. It has to be. It has to be here. I just have no clue where. So one day I'll find it. Dropping in. What's going on? Scent of the day. Non-bond and material. Non-bond and material. What scent would you give everyone if you could? Also, I recently tried a few Amouage Atars at a shop in Sydney. Mind blown by the Amouage Atars. Thanks for dropping by, Melissa. I don't think I've seen you before. If I could give one scent to everyone, probably vintage Bellamy or vintage Antaeus for the men. For the women, vintage Opium. That would be an easy one for me. Or vintage Teatro alla Scala by Cristal, which also made my Christmas video. I'm giving away all my secrets. But yeah, the honey, the civet in this, it's like a Chypre Oriental thing mixed. But the aldehydes and the florals hit you right away. I love wearing Teatro alla Scala. I absolutely adore Teatro alla Scala. I mean, it's probably the only vintage that can compete with Opium from women, or Shalimar. Like, those three for women are just on another planet. And then, you know, I really like things like Coco that made the video. Poison, but I don't wear Coco and Poison as much. I would wear Teatro alla Scala, Opium. Those are the ones I really like to reach for. So yeah, that I would give some vintage old school masculine to the men, like Antaeus and Bellamy, and vintage Opium and Teatro alla Scala to the women. But if you think the Amouage Atars are mind blowing, you have to try Sultan Pasha. He's on a completely another level. In fact, when I first smelled some of the Amouage Atars, because I have the sample set and someone sent me a couple, I was like, maybe I just don't like Atars, but Sultan Pasha stuff really kind of turned that around for me. I really enjoyed wearing his Atars in the last month. Mahora, you know, that's been on my list forever, and I don't have a bottle. I would love to. Have you reviewed Virtus? No, but someone sent me some Virtus decants, and they're up here somewhere. So eventually, I guess I'll get to them one of these days. They're on the list. Yeah, Paru is also on the wish list. Yeah, that would be cool to bring him back on and see what he thought. But it's raining these days in Moscow, so not like almost January here. So I'm wearing jasmines and they feel awesome. Yeah. I reviewed one of my favorite jasmine scents I've ever come across. That is actual pure, you probably won't be able to see, but that is pure jasmine essential oil from Jasmine Sambach. Sorry, Jasmine grandiflorum. And so yesterday I reviewed Feel Oud's Oud de Grande on the channel. You can go check it out. Probably the best jasmine I've ever smelled in my life. I mean, the closest to the actual essential oil of jasmine. I know there's some really good jasmines out there. I like the jasmine on Samsara and stuff like that, but the jasmine in Oud de Grande is really something special. I would love a bottle. I'd love to trade my bottle for someone, but who knows if that'll happen. Ram and Sultan smell the samples together. Ambrosia to me is more wearable version of Atlantic Ambergris. Interesting. I really like Atlantic Ambergris. Hey, Cat Church. Welcome, brother. My best friend swears that the 90s Tiffany for Men is the greatest fragrance of all time. You know, it is a really good fragrance. I won't lie, but it's created by Jacques Polge and Francois Demachy, I believe, just like they did the fragrances for just like they did the fragrances for what am I thinking? Ungaro, right? They did the fragrances for Ungaro. They also did the fragrance for Tiffany, Jacques Polge and Francois Demachy. And so this to me smells, actually there's some similarities to Ungaro Pour L'Homme too. This is much more civetti and animalic, though. I really like this. This is like a cleaned up version. So this is like maybe a thicker, heavier, you know, like it's just heavier and thicker on the nose compared to something like Chanel Pour Monsieur. This is in the same category of Chanel Pour Monsieur, especially the Eau de Parfum version with the vanilla. Or what used to be called the Eau de Toilette Concentré. That's kind of very similar. Tiffany's for Men is very similar. So if you like those kind of fragrances, I think you'd really like it. There's a little bit of powderiness, almost like the powderiness you get in chaps. If you've ever smelled chaps from the early 80s, there's a little bit of powderiness in Tiffany for Men that does something very similar. But I definitely wouldn't put it as the greatest fragrance of all time. And Ambrosia is A2 with a rose twist. Interesting. Found vintage MCM success for 40, but pissy at the same time. Enjoyable. It also reminds me of one of their bags. Yes, I absolutely love MCM success, and I'll review it one of these days. It deserves a Hall of Fame review from me, because I mean, if you like stuff like Boss Number One, I did review a fragrance that I think took a lot from Success. It came out 1 year after Success. It's by the House of Pacoma, and it's called Gatsby, and that's very, very similar to Success. I think if I didn't have a bottle, I would still like a bottle of Pacoma Gatsby one day, but Success basically does the same job. Very, very good. Love that style. Keep spraying, don't stop. I think 5 mils is enough for the old Sultan. Where does one buy perfumes that have been discontinued? Of course, original's not fake. I'm in the U.S. So the gentleman's name that sent me these decants here, that you'll probably hear me sort of reference, his name is Amouage, and his place is enchanteperfumes.com. Here, I'll put it in the I'll put it on the banner. There you go. enchanteperfumes.com. So he was on the Sultan Pasha stream, and he actually, I was going to buy decants so I could send these to Sultan Pasha and across the pond, and he was like, dude, don't buy decants, and he sent these to me for free. So that's the kind of guy he is. I mean, you know, there's all kind of stories. If he's the first place I would send you to. There are other places, of course, though. You could try oh man, what was the other one in Canada? Oh, it might come to me in a little bit, but I'd start with Enchante Perfumes. There are others. There are others. YSL Perfume, yes, fantastic. Like Balenciaga's Hohang and YSL Perfume, they definitely share some similarities. There you go, Fragrance Vault in Canada. Thank you, Rachel. Saud, Dunhill are very good. They're fantastic. I say I'm into barbershop styles. Where do you say I start with vintage? I mean, the OG King everyone talks about. If you like that foamy, like you're about to get a shave, YSL's Rive Gauche Perfume. But actually, there's some barbershop touches in Tiffany for men, since it's right here and we were just talking about it. There are some barbershop touches in this, 100%. It just depends on which way in the barbershop style that you want to go. Are you a fan of Roccobarocco? Yes, I like Roccobarocco. It is just so far behind Bellamy for me, though, is the problem. Like anytime I want to wear an Hermes, I want to wear Bellamy because that's my style. Bellamy really speaks to me, and I think Roccobarocco is good. I like that sort of benzoin-y / piney thing. Feels like you're outside, but it also feels like it's a resinous, you know, slightly herbal perfume with those green touches. And the horse blanket wrapped around the OG bottle. I wish I still had the horse blanket that came with this bottle. No clue where it went, but yes, I do like Roccobarocco in even the modern. Hermes takes good care of their fragrance. Hey, Micah, what's up? What's happening, Micah? Anyone try those Rose Elixir Presso by Dior? No. Sounds expensive. Heard it's insane. Ever try Ocean Rain? Yes, I have. It's fantastic. Ocean Rain is one of the most interesting aquatics of all time. Yeah, it almost feels like the oceans when life was first brewing. There's like a strange, bubbly hydrogen peroxide feel in it. No one in our house wears it very much. It's very cool. Yeah. Thank you, Margie. Yes, you cannot go wrong with Teatro. Like with that last question the girl from Australia asked, if I could give one fragrance to all the girls out there, it would be this. Although everyone would be turned up to an 11 because this stuff is powerful. Francesco Smalto, Malto Smalto. Very nice, Micah. Yeah, the wood in that's very interesting. Went to a perfume shop the other day and tried Sicily Eau de Campagne. It's such a cutie. Even the new version was inhaling it with all my lungs. I still have yet to smell that, believe it or not. eBay. I was asked about Royal Oud and got a sample in the end. Now I love Creed, but I couldn't get on with Royal Oud. Purchased PDM Callan instead and Xerjoff in the free bottle. I don't think I've smelled Callan, Richard. You didn't like Royal Oud. What didn't you like about Royal Oud? Vintage going for insane money right now. Yes. I I think you don't necessarily need vintage, but I would like you don't need this version. You don't need the shaker version of Bel Ami. But I would urge you to try to get the first then reformulation. If you can find that for cheaper, the first reformulation is fantastic. They did a brilliant job. Brilliant. I think the new stuff is still good. It's just not, Bel Ami has that about it, and it doesn't. The new one doesn't have that. His first office job, I'm getting him a fragrance. Oh man, how much do you want to spend? And why are you asking me? You know everything, Rachel. You know everything I know, and then some. What was the other one someone recommended? Anyone remember Veal de Veal? I have Veal Porom, but it's under lock and key, so I can't show it. I've got a small decant of Kalesh. It's so good. Yeah, Kalesh is good. I won't lie. I have been actually enjoying Amazon even more. Vintage Amazon is amazing. But for me, if you like the style of Kalesh, my personal opinion is, and it may be very hard to find, but if you like that style, I would urge you to try and find a vintage bottle of Lanvin Arpège in the X-ray. And it's going to be hard to find. I got very lucky with this one. The X-ray of Arpège in the vintage is one of the most beautiful aldehydic florals I've ever smelled in my life. It is unbelievable. So beautiful. My God. I mean, even though it's not my thing, you almost just have to like sit back in awe at the beauty of Arpège. But yes, Kalesh is good as well. I'd love to find a bottle of Douglas one day, but I think I'm going to need like $5,000 for that. I need to find Veal. Try Veal Porom. That's my favorite, Veal. Oh, to Erica loves Callan. I bet she does. I bet she does. Do you like the new Perfume Superstars? Quinton Aki Gala Wood Beach Mode or Cecile Zarokian? Yeah, I mean, I do like Cecile Zarokian because she made one of my favorite Amouage women's fragrances, which is Epic Woman. But I do think she got a lot of help with this because if you remember, there was a trio of perfumers who made this. Cecile Zarokian gets all the credit, but I think there was also Dorothy Pio and maybe one other. And so, God, I love this. I think it's one of the best women's. This Jubilation for ladies, Jubilation 25, which also made my Christmas video, and Fate Woman are some of my favorite women amouages. This is like Fate Woman is kind of like a niche version of a modern opium, but it's in like a Chypre format, like a Chypre Oriental kind of combined. Very, very good. Fate's very good. The opening, maybe it's my skin, but it smells real woody, almost dirty. Well, it's supposed to be an oud. I mean, even though I think there's a lot of cedar in there, it's supposed to be an oud. So there should be some dirtiness, but Creed's Royal Oud has very little dirtiness to it. It's probably one of the most non-dirty oud fragrances you're going to find, mate. I would say put it aside and come back to it in a couple months. If you think Creed's Royal Oud is too dirty, you probably should let your nose smell some other things and then come back to it. The price of that Bel Ami is through the roof. I don't know what I haven't looked. I am stocked on Bel Ami. Stocked for life. I never want to be without it. Oh my God. It is just fucking, it's so good. Have you smelled anything from the house of Roberto Greco? No, but everyone's talking about that new one Christopher Sheldrake made. I would love a bottle. Vintage Arpège, thank you. Need it? Yes, you do, especially if you're a Kalesh fan. Rocky? How do you pronounce that? Roque? I've heard so many people say it's phenomenal. I just want to blind buy it, but I can't buy it until this divorce is finalized, which, so close. Hoping we're coming to the end. Epic is great. I agree. I freaking hate Ani by Nishan. Yes, that like lemony, custardy, vanilla thing. Yeah. I'll review it and butcher it one day for you, Ajay. Don't worry. Can we get some of your thoughts on bot? I don't care for it. It seems like it would be right up your. I think it's just something about what's his name's work. Antonio Gardoni. What's his name? The guy that made my too many perfumers and fragrances bouncing around in my head. My Antonio Gardoni, the old brain knew. I don't know. I have to revisit it. I haven't sprayed it in a while. That eucalyptus floral thing. His fragrances just really, they're like claws on a chalkboard for me, you know? But I do really like what he did with T-Rex to give him his flowers, where he, like, if you said, Ramsey, I'll give you one full bottle of an Antonio Gardoni fragrance, it would be T-Rex for sure. I really like T-Rex. I would like a full bottle of T-Rex, and I would like a full bottle of Sacred Scarab. I think those are full bottle worthy. Love Rack. I might get another bottle. I agree, Ani is not great. Who's the guy that comes in here that loves Ani? Isn't there somebody? Is it Dev? Is Dev the one who loves Ani? They only made 500. Oh, those bastards. Any price. I'd love to smell vintage Bel Ami. It is quite good. I won't lie to you, Margie. It is fucking phenomenal. I wore vintage Bel Ami on a road trip to go visit some of the areas that I cover for work, which is like South Texas, Austin, Houston. And I stopped in this podunk gas station, and I was wearing Bel Ami in a suit, mind you, right? So I'm like decked out, right? Suit, tie, nice shoes, everything. And I walk in there, and she's like, "Damn, you smell good. What are you wearing?" And I was like, well, ma'am, but on the Texas accent, well, I'm wearing Hermes Bel Ami. And she's like, Hermes? Hey, have you heard of this Hermes? This Bel Ami? And the girl behind the counter was like, "Nah, Ma, I ain't hear about it." And I was like, oh God, I got to get out of here. I just want to pay for some gas. Please just let me pay for some gas. She's like, "Damn, you smell good. I got to look into this Hermes." Over 500 for that bottle. For this one, the 30 mil. Is this a 30 mil? I think this is a 50 mil. Something like that. I could sell this for $500. I still wouldn't do it, I don't think, because I love this fragrance too much. However many wears this is for me is not worth the $500. I'd rather have the fragrance. That's how much I love Bel Ami. And even though I have like 3 backups, I love Bel Ami Vetiver too. You're right. Glad you're making progress. Progress is coming. Hey, Carrie, what's happening, man? What is happening? My dog. I sound like Big Poppy before the World Series. Khalid Bey, what's happening? Hey. Never smelled the vintage. Some guy wants $1,000 for the shaker bottle. Yes, that is what they're going for, I hear. That is what they're going for. How do you find Zemfira Bortnikov? I don't think I've smelled that one. I do have a Bortnikov playlist on my channel, though. So if you go go to the Bortnikov playlist and see if there's a video of Zemfira under there. But I don't think I've done a video on that one, man. Fragrance Vault in South Lake Tahoe is an amazing shop. They have like 20,000 vintage bottles. Make an appointment and the staff will pull the stuff out for you. I had an Edmund Rudnitska tasting. That sounds amazing. I'm asking you because I don't know what's good for the professional business office space for men. And I trust your taste in. Well, but I don't know what's good for the professional office space for men because I wear all of this. I wear stuff like this to work. Fuck them, you know? they'll have to get used to it. And I'll reapply the shit. You imagine me reapplying Bellamy at work. But I guess, I mean, do you want something that's in production though? Or do you care if it's vintage? I mean, there's so many questions I could ask you, Rachel. Why don't you write me later and we'll take this offline? This is not something we can solve on a stream. I think I'm going to Tahoe. That's a nice place. Camel's good. Ask for Jana. She's the owner and she knows everything. Just got a non-magnetic cap of Epic. Also, there is not too much difference. No, I agree with you on that. I feel the same way about the non-magnetic cap Jubilation I got and the non-magnetic cap Interlude. They're both really good, and there are some differences, but my magnetic caps were just fine. But to be fair, I do have the older magnetic caps with the name on the side. I know they went through multiple changes, so I did a video on Tiger, Micah. You can look it up. It's an okay vetiver. It's not bad. Jana is like a lady Amouage. Oh my god, a lady Amouage. I can't even picture it. I've just bought a bottle of Ani X off the hype. Take it back. Get your money back. T-Rex is so good. It's huge. I am even scared of coming close to T-Rex. They say it's such a monster. It is big. It's pronounced Roke. Nice. Roke. I'll never remember that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I actually wore Homme at work today. No kidding. People were looking at me funny. You wore Homme to work. Dude. Dude. Yeah, you can get broke if you buy vintage. The pricing is insane. Yes. Broke-er. I always reapply in the office. People know by now not to say anything. That's right. That's right. Don't even look at me. Don't even look at me as I reapply. Don't even think about it. Let me do another decant here. Let me do another decant, or we'll be at this for 5 hours. 12 by Jean Couturier. See? Couturier. So I wore this just last week, and I will tell you, I am in love with this. It's like a leathery, animalic 1981 version of Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. Well, not just Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, but like just say a Fougere, but that's a good example because it was such a classic from the early 70s, and this was 81. So they were still probably like, that was still fresh in their brain in 1981. The old funnel from Amouage's shop all the way to Texas, all the way to Sultan Pasha in England. He is in England, right? Carrie, we need to get together, man. You need to hit me up. It's been way too long. Way too long. Sorry, I'm not even showing you guys what I'm spraying. I'm just spraying away. Oh, the old spray finger is beginning to hurt. I need a hot assistant to show off my fragrances and put the names of the fragrance behind me when I talk about them on a video. How's that? I think that's a pretty good, that's at least 5 mils, if not more. Ah, all right, into the trash you go. This stuff is so good. Like, I think this was a cheapie too. Jean Couturier 12. This was seen as like a cheapie back in the day, but it's for nowadays, it's so amazing. I can smell it on my hand from decanting. Oh, it has that, you know, classic fougere DNA with this old school 881 animalic leathery touch underneath. It's basically a leather fougere, but it's done, you know, it's the same year as stuff like Koros and Antaeus, and just brilliant, brilliant work. Um, Brilliant work by Jean Couturier. All right, let me make this little, let me spell Couturier right. Couturier 12. I hope Sultan Pasha digs these. Well, first of all, I hope they get to him. Second of all, I hope he digs them. Third of all, I hope they inspire him to make something cool. That would be awesome. Some of these fragrances inspired him. Okay. 3 down. Eight to go. Anyone know if Amouage SAOC version of their older perfumes are worth buying? I mean, I think the older versions are worth buying, but like we were talking about earlier, you don't have to get like the oldest version. You don't have to get the snap caps. You can still get the, like, some of the like, here, let me show you. So like, this is the bottom of my you probably won't be able to see because this camera sucks. But this is the bottom of my Epic Woman. See how it says Oman Perfumery LLC? This is before Amouage SAOC. So Amouage SAOC is the newer version. Before that, it was Oman Perfumery LLC. And if you go back even further before that, it was just straight up the Sultanate of Oman. Like, if you go to, like, this is a really old tester bottle of Gold Woman. And if you look on the bottom, you won't be able to see because, again, the camera's shit. But it literally says, you'll have to take my word for it. It says, screw you, camera. It says Sultanate of Oman down on the bottom. So yes, if you can find the older Oman Perfumery LLC, go for it. Go for it, especially if you get it for a good price. That's just one Ram's humble opinion. I've heard Ani X is better. Tried any of the X versions? No. I'd value your opinion on what Amouage Reflection Man. Well, lucky for you, I did a video on that, my friend. You can go check it out. I did a comparison video between Amouage Reflection Man versus Amouage Reflection Man 40. The only channel for me, the only Chanel for me is number 19. Also, Joy by Jean Patou, Trussardi, and Satis by Givenchy. Loved them all from when I was much younger. Nowadays, wearing Eau de Soir by Sicily. Never smelled that Sicily, but I love all those other fragrances you discussed for sure. Yes, hit me up. We'll have to get together. What's up, guys? Catching the end? No, actually, I still got like 8 decants to do, man. Fragrance of the night, 100% more. Never smelled it. That's freaking awesome. Yes, it is. I need a hot assistant. I do. Jean Couturier's Coriander. Never smelled it. I never smelled a single Jean Couturier before Amouage sent along this little bad boy. Shout out to the great Amouage from the great beyond. All right, what else did I promise to send him? He said he never smelled. Joint Perfume by Roccobarocco. Have you guys smelled this bad boy? Joint by Roccobarocco, one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Oh God, it's so good. It's like Furio meets Koros meets Polo Green meets, I don't know what else. Name some other animalics. It just meets everything. It's beautiful. It's so underrated. Joint. We need more decants. Assistant, more decants. Burrio versus Joint. Yes. They both have the red bottle too. That's a very, I don't think I can make that decision. I'm not prepared to make such a call. Too important of a call. Man, this is like going everywhere. This sprayer is like spraying it directly back onto my hand. My hand's going to smell like Enigma Cardin meets 12 by Jean Couturier meets Joint by Roccobarocco. My hand's going to smell amazing after this. Maybe if I do little small strokes. The decanting stream. All right. All right, Sultan. Oh, God, Joint, man. With that little bit of honey. Fuck. So good. A little bit of Hugo Boss #1 in there, too. Oh, I missed that time. Well, that shelf is going to smell of Joint for the next year. Roccobarocco. Let me make sure I spell this correctly. All right, let's see. What a name. Roccobarocco. Joint pour Homme. All right. 8 decants. It's 6 a.m. here in Moscow. I want to see them all. 6 a.m. in Moscow. You've been up all night. Man, usually I got to be up at work by 6 a.m. That makes me really sad. You haven't even gone to bed, and my alarm's usually going off so I can get up for work. Ugh. Beating. Layering. Yes, that is against my rules. I do not layer, by the way. So this is there's probably like Joint in my drink. Logged in while plating my food, so didn't see what's happening, but just heard maybe if I do small strokes, and I kind of panicked. And a layering pro. Small strokes. Still got all over my hand, but damn, it smells good. Oh, fuck, I love Joint. That'll get a vintage Hall of Fame review. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Perac pour Homme by Parfums Perac. There's one no one smelled. This is a hidden gem. Perac pour Homme. Now everyone's running to eBay to see if they can find the one bottle reasonably priced. Oh, God. What a fragrance this is. All right, Sultan Pasha. I hope you are appreciating this vintage starter kit you're getting, mate. This is a proper masculine vintage starter kit. Jean Couturier 12, Pierre Cardin Enigma, Dunhill Blend 30, Roccobarocco joint. Now Perac pour Homme. That is the true starter kit right here. So Perac pour Homme was recommended, I think, by my good friend Armando, and it came out in 82. And there are basically no notes on it. I don't think on Parfumo or any of the any of the databases, but it's kind of like a animalic leathery sort of. It's also like a animalic leathery fougere, but it's even more animalic than 12. This is even more animalic. Uh, I love Perac pour Homme. It is fantastic. And I have no clue about this house. No one talks about it, or it's just like it just came out of nowhere, made an amazing fragrance, and disappeared. That's the thing about vintages, is that this one we can do longer strokes. This atomizer knows what's up. This is like the Creed fire hose atomizer. This atomizer is legit. Joint pour Homme's atomizer needs to take notes. It's putting out some hella juice too. Okay, that is a fat decant there, Sultan. Well, hopefully if this leaks, at least some will still get through to him, you know? Oh my God. And, you know, there's almost like a burnt anise quality in the top of this. Fuck, it's so unbelievably good. This is why, to me, no matter what the fragrances do today, they'll never overtake what was done back in the day. Wish I could see how much juice was left in here. I'll check out the Reflection Man video. Thank you, my friend. Just scooped up a bottle of joint. You're going to dig it. You are going to dig it. Amouage might have some bottles too. Anonym Golden. Whoever thought this was Russian Adam is insane. That is crazy. You know, I don't think Russian Adam, that's not his style, right? It's probably Prin Lamra. You're probably right. Fucking Prin Lamros. That guy, I swear he creates like a fragrance a day. He's like me. I do a video a day. He does a fragrance a day. Fucking Prin. I'm going to start rotating out bottles I'm not wearing more regularly to replace them with new ones. Rotating them out? You mean like sell them? Perac, P-E-R-A-C. Perac pour Homme. Perac pour Homme. Well, every bottle of Perac pour Homme on eBay just got scooped up. Honestly, Veronica, I'm not impressed. I mean, some of his work I did like, but some of the stuff where he tries to just like shock you by putting all these disgusting animalic notes, and I like animalic notes, as you can see. Many of these 80s fragrances are animalic, but some of the stuff he puts in, like when I reviewed Anthamara, I said it literally smelled like someone took a cat turd and just put it in the brew while he was making the fragrance, you know, just like a cat turd from the litter box. Some of his stuff is just disgusting in the top. And people are like, oh, it's such a masterpiece. Oh, it's the most brilliant perfumery. It's just so artistic. You just wouldn't understand, you know. I'm like, no, that just smells like straight up turd. Noir Anthracite. There's a good discontinued fragrance, Mike. Beautiful for a rainy day. No videos from Margie in a while, so I checked the channel and it's all gone. Margie, what do you have to say for yourself? I mean, sell. I just made close to 600 selling some bottles and have more money now for blind buys. So there you go. Buy yourself a bottle of Bellamy Vetiver. Okay, 4 down. What do we have left? Lancetti Uomo, Trintignant, Trussardi, Bally, Amouage, and Amouage. We have 6 left. Did I come up at all? Is that a in your thumbnail, Margie, is that a decant of a Darren Allen fragrance in your hand? Okay. How in my old videos, like right here, how it says IFRA compliance right there, how do they know that? Is that like just the auto listening tool and they just put like chapters on the live streams after they're done? Or yeah, I heard many people praising Prin, but now I've heard your opinion. Need to think. I would definitely go for Russian Atom. If you're going to spend that kind of money, go for Russian Atom by Arise Ladore or Ensar Oud, or Bortnikov, old Bortnikovs if you can find them. Wishing for Antaeus for Christmas. Please, Santa, may I have some Antaeus, please? I was unhappy with all my old videos, so I just deleted them, but I think my channel is still up. Darren Allen Cheaper #1, nice. I just thought about something. Why are you in Sephora? Salespeople got to be like, are you kidding? I've been rocking Epic Man for 2 weeks straight. All my hoodies smell of it. No regrets. That is true. Once you get it on your hoodies, over. Even if you wash them, you'll still smell it sometimes. Some of those fragrances, it's impossible. Impossible to get out the smell. All right, let's do Lancetti Uomo. Another absolute banger. Thank God I have 2 bottles. Do you guys know Lancetti Uomo? If you don't, you're in luck because I do have a review. It's one of my older reviews, but I do have a review of Lancetti Uomo. Our good friend Sultan Pasha is getting like the serious education on vintage masculine perfumery today. Rare vintage masculine beasts of yore. Trussardi Uomo. Oh, this green, leathery, animalic. Oh, my God. Oh, fudge. All right, we're gonna have to do our first. This one does have a stopper. I don't know if you can see. There is a stopper, but I'm gonna have to quickly turn this over and then turn it back. Okay, there you go. We did it without spillage. Good old Lancetti Uomo. What a fragrance you are. Oh. The best Lancetti fragrance? Yes. Absolutely. Oh, man. I love those green old school leathers. Fuck. Lancetti. L-A-N. Ah, Anuj. You little crazy as fucking the last few days of Christmas, but a hearty Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I am putting your decants to good work today. Much love and respect. Much love and respect to you too. Thank you. Thank you for the decants, brother. Thank you for the decants. Lancetti, L-A-N-C-E-T-T-I-E, L-A-N-C-E-T-T-I. Uomo. Lancetti Uomo. Ayo, ayo, ay. Thank you, Amouage, by the way. The decants have saved the day because, as you can see, I promised Sultan Pasha a lot of juice. And your decant package arrived today just in time. I didn't want to put it off any longer. I know I have been slacking on sending stuff to folks, so did not want to slack on the Sultan. Doesn't the Sultan need a decant of Balenciaga Pour Homme? He smelled it. I'm just sending him stuff he told me he didn't smell. So there's a lot of stuff that I talked to him about that he was like, yep, smelled it, owned it, or whatever it is. You know, Antaeus Derby, Bouquet de Founds, Paco Rabanne, La Nuit, Tenere, Alain Delon, and Akitos. Dunhill for Men. He said he smelled. He said he has a bottle of Dior Jules. Balenciaga Pour Homme he smelled. So yes, Amouage, we love you. We do. Wish more people's hoodies smelled like Bellamy or Amouage at least, but all I can smell is Ganymede. It is the worst, honestly. Whenever I walk by someone and I smell Ganymede or some sort of Akigala wood variation or Baccarat Rouge 540 variation, I'm just like, ugh. Just ugh. It's just disgusting at this point to me. Like I'm literally disgusted. Sexy Ram for the new year. What's going on, Mark? Thanks for being here, man. Still got to have you on the channel one of these days. One day we will make it happen. One day. Hit me up on Instagram. We'll set something up. Have you done a top rose video? Yes, I did it. This is not a top 10 rose video. You can check it out. Portrait of a lady, but too feminine. Try Eugene's fragrance from Les Abstraits. Try La Daulaire Exquise. La Daulaire Exquise by Les Abstraits. I bought this bottle with my own money. Eugene did not give this to me. But probably one of my favorite rose patchoulis. I like it better than Portrait of a Lady, to be honest with you. And the castoreum in the base reminds me of Antaeus, but in the late dry down. So once you get to like hour 5, 6, oh, it's so good. And there's a bunch of resins and spices in here. Beautiful. I mean, it's funny because if you know Eugene's taste, he likes soft fragrances that like come and go and play peekaboo, and he likes fragrances that, you know, are like painting with watercolors. And then he puts out a line of fragrances that are like vintage style in projection and longevity and all that stuff everyone talks about. Yes, he has the biggest heart. Into the Wild Static Olfactive. Nice, but the opening is a bit sweeter than I'd prefer. Starting to dry down now. Never heard of it. Oh, I smell Baccarat Rouge 540 on so many people, and it makes me angry. Yes, it is true. Gather Perfume Petal Fetish is a crazy good rose. Never smelled it. Another good rose is this little bad boy, but you have to get the extrait version. The Eau de Parfum is not as good, in my opinion. It is Rose de Taif by Paris Monte Carlo. In the extrait version, beautiful rose. Very lemony. Very nice. Very, very nice. Of course, nothing beats Malik Al Taif, but I'll never find a bottle of that. I've resigned myself. I will never find a bottle of Malik Al Taif. I'll go to my grave looking for Malik Al Taif. Ganymede is relentless. It is. I've reviewed it. We need to get you a wireless headset. I had a wireless headset and it broke, so I'm kicking it old school. Actually, I don't mind it. I think the people watching don't like it more than I don't like it. I caught Ganymede from a person in a very hot weather and I almost vomited. That would have been awesome. Just threw up all over him, been like, yo, it was your fragrance. Wearing only masterpieces lately. L'Homme EDP by YSL. Oh, God. Dude, I give props to you, man. Doing videos on stuff like Blue de Chanel and L'Homme. I can't. I mean, I could, but I definitely wouldn't wear it as my scent of the day. I'd spray it on at night, talk about it, and throw the shit away. I'm getting a decant of Malik Al Taif. Oh man, Ajay. So this is the first time you'll be smelling it, right? With a bottle of Santal Galore. Santal Galore, man. I love wearing that stuff. I'm not gonna lie. A vintage headset. Yeah, I don't mind it. The only thing I mind is it kind of tethers me to the computer. So reaching for stuff can be a little tricky, but I don't mind it. Mostly because I'm lazy and I don't want to buy a new headset. And it's what I had when the other one broke. This was our only option, and the RAM makes do. The RAM makes do. All right, let's see what's next. We've got Jean-Louis Trintignant. So, for those of you who do not know, Jean-Louis Trintignant was a French actor, very much like Alain Delon, okay, but less well known, right? Alain Delon's perfume line, I think, did really well. This was like a one hit, and then he never did another fragrance. But for us vintage heads, this stuff is golden. This is not to be worn by anyone under 35 years old. I'll be unboxing Interlude 53 next week, so that's a nice balance. So you got yourself a bottle, huh? I've got some decants of Interlude 53, and you know, I like it, but I don't see any point. I've got the OG non-magnetic cap Interlude. It does the same thing for me, to be honest with you. Let's do it. Let's plan something for 2024. Kick in the new year. Kick in the new year. But yes, congrats on Interlude 53. Congrats on that, as my friend, for sure. Jean-Louis Trintignant. So this right here, basically, if you look this fragrance up, it will say that it has one note, and that note is musk. And that note listing is a lie, because there's a lot more going on. I can tell you there is definitely vintage oak moss in here. There's definitely some sort of anise, spicy, maybe a little bit of that Azaro Porom, but definitely some sort of animalic in here. It's very dry, not a drop of sweetness. Not a drop. Not a drop. Zero. Like Jean-Louis Trintignant hunted every drop of sweetness out of this. Is completely green, dry, musky. And our good friend Sultan Pasha has never smelled it. Many people have never even heard of it. It is a deep, many celebrity fragrances suck. I'll tell you that. Many celebrity fragrances suck. But these vintage ones, Alain Delon, Luciano Pavarotti, Omar Sharif, which I reviewed on the channel, and this, which I will review, Jean-Louis Trintignant, they were almost like the good old days of celebrity fragrances, back when people cared about what they put out. I feel like now they don't give a shit. They don't even know what they're putting their name to. All they know is they're getting paid. That's all they know. And so, but back then, this is the mid 80s. I think people cared about what they put their name to. They didn't just put their name to anything. Man, this atomizer is getting it everywhere. And I'm getting decanting fatigue. Ugh. Ah, okay. Ah, that is damn good, though. I will not lie to you. That is damn good. Definitely feels like maybe there's some cardamom or something in the top. Very spicy and dry and green in the top, but musky, animalic dry down in the base. Some anise, something along those lines. Very old school. Very, very old school. So good. And now every bottle of Jean-Louis Trintignant is gone from eBay. Oh, the old school bottles. Yes. Yes. I mean, look at the cap. Solid. Solid logo, too. You got to hand it to him. I kind of like that. I kind of like it. I like what he's done there. It's too bad it didn't take off. So many fragrances. It's impossible. You know, it's funny because once you think that you know something about the old perfume game, there's so much more to learn. It literally never ends. Like somebody sent me some minis recently, and in said minis was this. This is a bottle from Delta Perfumes. Look at this. Delta, okay? This is the bottle. Look at that. I don't know if it'll focus. I want it to focus. Oh, will it focus? Probably not. Sorry about my shit camera. But I will tell you, it says Midnight Hour. Okay. Midnight Hour. And it's by Delta Perfumes. Never heard of it, but it smells amazing. It smells like, God, it smells like it could be a Guerlain. I mean, Midnight Hour by Delta Perfumes, distributors, New York. I mean, this thing has to be 80 years old. Let's see when it actually came out. Delta Perfumes, Midnight. What did I say? Midnight Hour by Delta. Delta Midnight Hour. DELTAH. Midnight Hour. Nope, it's not even on Parfumo. $19.29. 1929. What a beautiful bottle. Oh, it is on Parfumo? I was spelling it wrong. Sorry. Yeah, 1929. Discontinued. But yeah, someone sent me this and I was like, wow, what a beautiful bottle that is. So it's just kind of one of those things. There's in vintage, there's always, it seems like there's always something else to discover. There is no way to know. You could spend a lifetime and not know everything. I ain't paying $1,200 for 30 mil. I may. Maybe that'll be my divorce celebration once I'm done. Yes, we will. It's playing live. Having the same issue with trying to find a bottle of Coe Noir, paying rent. Who needs that? No, fuck rent. You can pay rent later, Rachel. Get the Coe Noir. I want a bottle of that too, by the way. I agree with the differences. They are slight. Yes, I do know you. Any thoughts on Balenciaga Hohang Club? Fantastic. Get it if it's cheap. If you can find a bottle, do it. Look at that long neck. Oh, I know. I love it. Cinnabar. That's on the list as well, Chief. That's on the list as well. Group is the Oud and Attar Exchange. You haven't smelled Usher, my friend. You haven't lived yet. Bias against celebrity or car cologne. Still won't touch a Bentley. I know. Get Bentley for Men Intense. Just do it. It's $20. Last time I sniffed my fingers like that. Oh, but it's so good. Oh man. You never sniffed your fingers with vintage Jean-Louis Trintignant mixed with vintage 12, mixed with vintage Enigma by Pierre Cardin, mixed with vintage Joint by Roccobarocco, all blended together on your finger. Oh, it's the best smell my finger has ever smelled. I'm sorry. I must say. I must say, I've smelled some amazing things on said finger, but today takes the cake. The mixture of blends from decanting today takes the cake. All right, let me write Jean-Louis Trintignant and try to spell it. If anyone can spell Jean-Louis Trintignant without looking it up in the chat, you win today's prize. Trintignant. Okay, let me try to spell this properly. Jean-Louis Trintignant. Trintignant. Solid name, though. I'll give him that. Solid name. Jean-Louis Trintignant. We are knocking these decants out, boys and girls. We are knocking them out. All right, so here we sit. Here we sit so far. Only a handful left. The Sultan's Christmas present is almost prepared. Rare, vintage, discontinued fragrances for the Sultan. I miss robes. My original door into this whole world. Yes. I do want to try that Pavarotti. You have to try Pavarotti. Luciano Pavarotti. Yeah, that guy was kind of cool. Ram, have you smelled Malik Al Taif? I have a video on it. It's my favorite rose fragrance of all time. Like if you said, Ramsey, pick one rose fragrance, just one, it would be Malik Al Taif. It is the most beautiful. And I'm just making it harder for myself to find it by being honest. But fuck, I can't lie. I love old bottles. I recently got 4711 Cologne from the 1900s, and the glass is so thick. Yeah, I'd totally sniff Robe's fingers. The oldies. Yes. You must respect your elders. You must. I've worn this perfume every day for 4 years now. I'm ready to do a first impression. Oh, God. It's so true. Oh, man. He got you there, Robes. What up? Love the videos. Thank you. Thank you, the one. That's very kind of you. Robes also. Mark in the house. Many French people have solid names. Yes, solid. Solid indeed. Okay, what else did I say I was going to send the Sultan that he hasn't smelled? Trussardi Uomo. A solid one. A solid one indeed. Actually, there's a special story behind this bottle, because this is my second bottle of Trussardi Uomo, and this bottle right here actually came from Amouage and Italian, flew to my brother Rich Mitch in England. Rich decided he didn't like it anymore, sold it to me, and after a long time of waiting, he's currently sitting on about 30 fragrances that are a gift from a friend that still cannot make it across the ocean because can't ship them to me because England sucks. I need someone to travel to England, grab the fragrances, come back to the US, and then ship them to me. So if anyone wants to sign up for that, please. I need a courier. But yes, this is from the first, the last of the halls, or what did I call it? The long lost hall. If you go look up long lost hall, you'll find it. But this came from the duck den. So this was literally in Rich Mitch's house, in his hand. He sprayed it. Now it's mine. But yes, this is one of my favorite leathers of all time. You can see there's almost like a leatheriness supposed to be, right? Back when Trussardi used to make good quality stuff. And the perfumer of Trussardi Uomo is Beatrice Piquet, who perfumed L'Instant de Guerlain, two of my favorite fragrances of all time. So shout out to Beatrice Piquet, although I know unfortunately she passed away way too young, but still shout out to her for some amazing creations. Okay, let me decant this Trussardi Uomo. The spices are like, you know what this is like? This is like the father of Fendi Uomo. Trussardi Uomo. Man. You are in for a treat, Sultan. You are in for a treat, brother. Some of the greatest masculines of all time. Try Rosarium. It's pretty good rose, not my favorite short, but rose is in there insanely nice. I think I have a decant. Queer fetiche. I'll wear Louis. So I'm stepping up from the YSL. Man, almost anything is a step up from that YSL. And what are, well, maybe the people who are being honest, maybe. You do smell amazing. I just tried pronouncing Bepovnaka out loud to myself, and Putin appeared and throat punched me for the disgrace. Oh, God. Oh, man. Wearing Phronema, monoliths and dimensions, fingers included, I guess. I've never smelled that, Rachel. I'll travel, but the cost is a week at your place and you show me all. Deal, dude. I got like 5 rooms here. It's me in a 2-story house all alone now that the divorce is going on. Bring it on, dude. We'll live stream every day. I'll take a week off of work. We'll review fragrances together. You got it. Done. That is a done deal. Hell, you can even switch rooms. It'll be like Hotel Ram up in here. One room one night. I'll move you to another room the next night. You'll be set in the middle of Texas. Sorry, and I guess you guys want to see this process, eh? This is a hell of a sprayer on this Trussardi Uomo, by the way. Solid. Solid stuff. One more for good luck. Oh, it is so good. I love these type of fragrances. The opening is like Grandma's Spice Kitchen. And then it just goes to leather. And a beautiful iris in here. It's like an iris leather spice, all kind of spices you can imagine. Just brilliant. One of my favorite pieces of Italian perfumery work. The wonderful house of Trussardi. I don't think I need spell checker to do Trussardi Uomo. Trussardi. Trussardi Uomo from 82, I believe. When are you from, Trussardi Uomo? Trussardi Uomo, 83, excuse me. I must repent to the vintage gods. Oh, yeah, there's a little honey in here, too. Aldehydes, basil, thyme, marjoram, lavender, juniper, carnation, of course. I wish they'd bring back that carnation note in masculine perfumery. Carnation, cedarwood, honey, laurel, iris, rose, vetiver, cinnamon, leather, labdanum, oak moss, of course, patchouli, musk, tonka bean, and frankincense. That is a note listing, boys and girls. Love those Trussardi bottles, both the man's and women's, is white leather. I've never smelled the women's. Yes, 100%. I mean, they both play in the same sandbox, but I would own both. Do you have the white one? I do not. The Mr. Zanshin, not funny, pronounces just the name as Veronica, by the way. I thought that was pretty damn funny, actually. You guys having a perfume pajama party? We are. That's right. But Robes actually his thing, his his slogan is actually a ram. It's a goat if you look on his thumbnail. So I could get us like matching ram pajamas. We could be up in here Have you never smelled this? Dude. You know, we need to do a decant exchange as well. You haven't smelled Trussardi Uomo. Oh my God, dude. I mean, fuck, man. All the shit in your collection, you need to smell some of the all-time greats, my friend. Fuck. It's so, so good. Have you smelled Fendi Uomo from the late 80s? Barbecue or not? Do they have barbecue in Moscow? My husband went to the UK. Oh, fuck. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you just broke my heart with that one. Oh, we've been waiting on this haul for we've been waiting on somebody going to the UK for like 6 months. Someone was supposed to have gone already. And they backed out. Or actually, that's not true. They didn't back out, but they couldn't bring the package back. Something came up. And so we've just been waiting for somebody to go to the UK. Hell, I'll buy him a briefcase. If anyone will go, I will buy you a briefcase to carry all this perfume. I will need a mule. Trust me. It's been like 6 or 7 months. Rich has been sitting on this perfume. He's got like 35 bottles of fragrances. No, I don't get the Obsession CK thing. But then again, I've never smelled the 2017 version, so maybe it does become more ambery. Stay with it. Just put it aside, smell some more stuff, and then come back to it. It depends on how into the hobby you get. The problem is there's so many Mitsukos. You know, like this is the 70s Parfum de Toilette. Beautiful heart bottle. Gorgeous, right? This is the Rosebud Extrait bottle from, I think, the 70s as well. Maybe the 60s. I don't know. 60s or 70s. Gorgeous. But each one of these is different. They smell different. My 2013 or 14 bottle of Mitsuko smells different than the one you have. So it really depends on how into the hobby you get, if you want my opinion. Got me thinking about my last visit to Russia. The architecture was so beautiful. Yeah, I would love to go. Yes, we do have barbecue, but I won't even try to tell you how we pronounce it. When I go to India, I'm muling the shit out of some perfumes. Yes. I would like an Hermes briefcase for the trip. Maybe I can talk you down to a coach. What up? Moods Uomo. There's a great vintage. Have you smelled? I own it. It's fantastic. I agree. One of the best patchoulis of all time. 100% agree. 100%. St. Petersburg is spectacular. Yeah, I would. I need to travel more. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Hope that helped. I mean, I think if you really get into the hobby, yes, you should go hunt down some older Mitsukos. But I think if it was brand new, what I would tell you is let some air sit in the bottle. Do what I did. Decant like 5 mils. Wear the decant. Let the air sit in the bottle. And then come back to it in a couple months. And you'll see it change. It's going to change over time. And your nose will change as well as you experience more stuff and smell more things and stuff like that. So, okay, let's see what's next on the list here. The never-ending decanting stream. Bally Masculin. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. Oh, Bally. Oh, how I love thee. Another leathery vintage style fougere that I don't know if you can see, but the bottle is like marble. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Bally is one of those houses now that sells like a t-shirt for $1,000. Like they're one of those houses. But back in the day, they made a masculine perfume. And then they said, fuck it. And I don't think they ever made another perfume. Or if they did, I'm not aware of it. But yes, let us decant, shall we? Thank God Anuj sent me these decants, man. I don't know what I would have done without these. I would have probably had to buy some somehow, some way. All right, we're going to have to do the same trick we did with Lancetti. Oh, there you go. Fuck, that is fantastic. Wish I knew how much juice I had left in this damn thing. Can't see. That is metal threading, putting this cap back on. Ah, the good old sound of metal threading. I use Gentleman quite a bit. Let air get it. Yeah. Base is full of castoreum in Gentleman. I didn't get that. It smelled very fresh to me, but yes, I'll continue to wear it. Do not worry. I am not giving up on my Sherwood fragrances. I think those leather vintages are, yes, I know they would be. I 100%. I have zero doubt from knowing your taste. Zero doubt. These leather fragrances would be right up your alley. Did you like that Bortnikov that you got, by the way, or tested? If you did, there are two worlds you need to start exploring. Real ouds from like Arige Ladore, Bortnikov, Ensar, Rising Phoenix, Sultan Pasha Atars, and vintage. Because you pretty much covered the designer realm. You're like, I think your tastes are beyond the, designer releases that come out, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I think it's probably good for your channel, like as far as views go, but I think your personal taste is probably past all that. Bally Masculin. Masculin. Could you imagine houses putting out a name like that nowadays? It would be Bally Unisex, Bally Masculin. Ah, the good old days. There's no doubt about that. If I told you how much I've spent in the last 6 months, though, you would probably just give me a hug. You would probably just give me a hug, man. Bally Masculin. Boom. Okay, we're down to the last couple, and they are both Amouages. Anouge is going to the UK next year. Wait, that's only like late next year. Okay, so I have to wait a year. All right, you'll be our worst case scenario. In the meantime, I can get anyone else. Vintage Mitsuko is still on my wish list. Many people say it's a mood and sad. It's joyful. I love Mitsuko too. L'Air Bleu is more sad. Spending time, yes, that's right. Hi, Manaf, how are you? Bally Elixir, yes, that's exactly what it would be. It would be Bally Elixir. All right, let me get these Amouages. This is Gentleman's Eau de Toilette, or also Gentleman's Cologne, which came out in 1993. It's a Cologne version of Gold. This is not the actual bottle. This is a tester bottle. The actual bottle is beautiful, by the way. The actual bottle of Gold is Gold Cologne is beautiful. So this has basically an amazing Omani white frankincense in it. Oh shit, that is the comment of the day. Oh man. Comment of the day. Did she go after your perfume collection at least? Because I am did you get to keep all your, did you have to split perfume with her? How deep did this go? So many questions. Sorry, I'm never high enough for you guys to see. I'm decanting down low. Okay. I gotta review this before I use the whole damn bottle. Fuck. That is really, really good. Really, really, really good. Like if you love Gold Man, but maybe you want to wear it during summer, this is perfect. Because I feel like they took some of the resinous notes out of gold. Gentleman's Gold Cologne. Amouage Gentleman's Cologne from 1993. Discontinued, of course. Lemon, orange, citrus notes, jasmine, rose, ylang ylang, geranium, sandalwood, amber, Omani, white frankincense, and patchouli. It's like a cologne version of gold. It's fantastic. It is brilliant. Amouage, Gentleman's. Okay. Okay, let me put this bad boy on. You are going on your decant. Your last stop, buddy. All right, we have one left. We are down to the last one, the final decant. Amouage, Margie, one decant means less juice equals collection is worth less. Oh, yes. Oh, it's fun times. You have to laugh so you don't cry. Okay, let's see. Last one. This little bad boy. Actually, it's not a little bad boy anymore. It was a little bad boy. You could find bottles of this for $300 or $400, and all of them have disappeared now that Amouage decided to sell the new gold, crystal gold, or whatever they call it. Look how Amouage used to do things back in the day. Thank you. Personally signed by Khalid. I think that says Khalid. Ooh, booklets. I do love a good booklet. That's what the original Gentleman's Cologne looked like right there. That's the actual bottle. Cologne, Gentleman's Cologne, 50 mil. That's the actual bottle right here of this. This is the tester. That's the actual bottle. It's actually really beautiful, but maybe the most beautiful bottles right there. Look at the original Ubar. Rachel sent me some of the Ubar that came out in 2009, and I really like that. I would love a bottle of that. Really liked Ubar, and I reviewed it on the channel. It's fantastic. But I am going to decant some of the Silver Crystal. Yes, I agree. Oh, I wouldn't say I prefer it, but it is very good. But Fetiche is also discontinued now, my friend. Sad news. Sad, sad news indeed. We are a community in need. Oh, the dagger? Where is my dagger? I stole it. Yeah, my actual Omani dagger. That's right. I did have one. Okay, here we go. Each squirt's like $100. Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Decant Stream. That is very nice. Very, very nice. And I did review that silver crystal cologne, if anyone's interested. Wow, what a fragrance. Amouage back in the day, man. It's a shame what the house has become. It's a shame we had access to all that stuff and constantly overlooked it. Or we weren't grateful enough for what we had. I'll put it that way. When you could just go buy the non-magnetic cap amouages at retail. All right, let me do this label. I like that dagger. Yes, that's right. I find it. Amouage paperwork, personally packed. Ah, the good old days. Checked in on a certain UK channel to see what's up. The literal begging for super chats was too much. I can't, dude. I can't either. It's a good amount of squirts. Yeah, we need Sultan Pasha to really be able to experience these. To be fair, he did send me some of his attars, and each attar is like 100, 200, 300, depending on whether he gave you 1, 2, or 3 mils. It's crazy that a 3 mil attar is like $380 or something, but they are very, very good. Very good. I don't know if I could ever get myself to spend that much on 3 mils. Like my it's like my brain won't let me spend that much on 3 mils. No matter how good the attar is, although they say 3 mils is supposed to equal like 50 mils in a spray. So have you guys ever gotten into the attars? Silver, crystal, RISTAL. Silver crystal man. All right. That is a hell of a stream, boys and girls. What are you wearing, robes? Yagla is being sold for less than 500. Do you think it's worth it? Or is it long gone? I don't know about the new stuff, to be honest with you. I really don't. I hear it's still good though. So yeah, I mean, if you can get 100 mil for a half price, yeah, I would say go for it. My buddy, someone on Instagram wrote me and said, "Hey, I tried the new stuff and it was great." So, I mean, I don't know. I've never tried it though. I've never tried it. Imagine having a time machine. Save the world? Nope. Just go back, get the best vintage. Yes, that's right. Buy all the vintages that go up 1,000%. That 3 mil goes a long way. Yes. Although I do like to do the double or triple swipe. Some people just put a dot. I like to swipe, 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 rub, rub, rub. Slumber House. We know what I'm going to review soon, robes, that you'll really dig is Keist by Slumber House. That is a fantastic tobacco honey tobacco thing. Love that original Ubar. The original one, huh? And a robe? Robes in a robe? I think Old Spice makes some robes. You should get like a sponsorship from Old Spice. You should come out in like a robe every single video and just, this is my Old Spice robe. Sponsored robes. Oh, wait, sponsored by Old Spice. Love leather this time of year. Yes, leather, tobacco, spices, ambers. Love Keist. That's been intense. Yes, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. And one day you'll have to show us some Russian barbecue. So I am absolutely bat knackered, as my brother Rich Mitch would say. There is a process of applying a tar. Perfume Guru explains it. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to watch that because I know. I mean, I've just been doing the usual spots. I usually spray, rub it in, put a couple drops, rub it in. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed wearing Attar for the first time. Never enjoyed Attars previously, but Sultan Pasha's kind of got me into the Attar wearing mindset, if you will. And I enjoyed it. So I need to discover more of his stuff. But everything else he sent me is in a sample set, and his samples are like you need like a little toothpick or something. So I need to dig into those one day. Maybe we'll do a blind sniff Sultan Pasha stream, but it's so tough with Attars because they break down over such a long time. So it's really tough to just do a first impression on an Attar. Like you really have to wear it, I feel like. So that's a tough one. That's going to take some time. But man, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me while I decant these. Now I just have to go mail them. Maybe I'll go mail them tomorrow. Um, so yes. So thanks for watching. I'm probably going to go hit the hay since I have to work tomorrow, which is a pure travesty, but I do. And fun times at Rams. Thanks for. I hope Sultan Pasha gets these. I will let you know if he says he does. And yeah, if I don't talk to you guys, which I'm sure there'll be more videos, but Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year's, happy holidays, all that good stuff, and catch you next time. Cheers. Bye bye.